Long ago, in a land called Greece, there was a powerful city named Sparta. Life there was very different. Boys trained to be soldiers from a young age. People didn't live for fun or money. They lived to serve the state and protect it with their lives. Sparta was famous for being tough, brave, and super strict. But even the strongest cities can rise and fall. This is the story of how Sparta became great and how it lost everything. Sparta started in a place called the Peloponnese, near a river called the Eurotas. The people there didn't want to be like other cities. They wanted to be stronger and more united. A wise lawmaker named Lycurgus, or maybe a group of leaders, made big changes. He created strict rules. These rules turned Sparta into a military city, where everyone had a job that helped make Sparta stronger. At the top were the Spartiates, real Spartan citizens who trained to be soldiers their whole lives. Below them were the Perioeci, free people who made things, farmed, and traded. At the bottom were the Helots, people who were forced to work the land. There were many of them, and they were not treated well. Spartan boys started military training at just 7 years old. This program was called the agoge. It was very hard. Boys had to be strong, brave, and follow orders. They learned to fight, survive with little food, and never complain. The result? Some of the best soldiers in all of Greece, the Spartan hoplites. They fought in groups called phalanxes, using long spears and big shields. Together, they were like a human tank. As Sparta grew stronger, it made deals with other cities and formed the Peloponnesian League. This helped it become one of the most powerful places in Greece. Then came a huge test, the Persian Wars. In 480 BC, the mighty Persian army tried to conquer Greece. At a narrow pass called Thermopylae, King Leonidas and 300 brave Spartans fought to the death to stop them. Even though they lost the battle, their courage inspired all of Greece. The next year, at the Battle of Plataea, the Spartans helped defeat the Persian army for good. Sparta became known as the protector of Greece. But trouble came from inside Greece. Another powerful city, Athens, didn't like Sparta's control. They believed in freedom and democracy. Sparta believed in order and strength. This led to a long and terrible fight, the Peloponnesian War, 431 to 404 BC. For almost 30 years, the two cities fought. In the end, Sparta won. Athens lost its power, and Sparta became the top city in Greece. But all this fighting came at a cost. Winning the war made Sparta powerful, but it also created big problems. The Helots were always angry and ready to rebel. Spartan numbers were shrinking. Fewer men could become full citizens, and that meant fewer soldiers. Sparta didn't like trade or money. Other cities were getting rich and learning new things, but Sparta stayed the same. Sparta also lost friends. New wars started and old allies turned against them. Sparta began to lose battles and power. In 371 BC, Sparta faced a new threat, Thebes. A smart general named Epaminondas used a new way of fighting called the oblique phalanx. At the Battle of Leuctra, the Spartans were crushed. One of their kings died, and many of their best soldiers were gone. The myth that Spartans could never lose was broken. Soon after, Thebes invaded and freed the Helots. Without the Helots, Sparta lost its farmland and workers. Their entire way of life started to fall apart. After that, Sparta was never the same. They tried to fix things, but it was too late. Over time, Sparta was taken over by Macedonia, then later by Rome. Sparta didn't disappear completely, but it was no longer strong or important. The warrior city had become a quiet town. Even though Sparta fell, people still remember it today. Why? Because Spartans showed us what discipline, bravery, and teamwork can do. The story of Leonidas and the 300 still inspires movies, books, and more. But Sparta also teaches a lesson. A society that doesn't change, that treats others unfairly, and focuses only on war, can't last forever. Sparta is just one part of the amazing story of ancient Greece. You can learn about the smart and creative Athenians, the mighty Persians, the exciting battles, and brilliant leaders like Alexander the Great. Check out more videos on our channel and dive into the world of ancient heroes, thinkers, and warriors. Subscribe below.